In our last few times together, I've talked about the importance of knowing that anger is a secondary emotion. And I've said it's the tip of the iceberg, and underneath that is the real issues, whether you're hurt or frustrated or insecure. And I want to take a little bit different tack today. Maybe lean back, and I want to tell you a story because I want to give you a tool. And the best way I know to give you this tool is to tell a personal story and then show you how you actually backtrack and deal with anger. I was teaching this material, doing all this research, preparing it for the very first time. And it was a number of years ago. My family was very small. And I had a long day. As pastoring, the church had multiplied and multiplied, and the staff was growing. And it was one of those days that early morning, late night, a couple emails that were kind of critical, and had a meeting. Normally we ate dinner together every night. But this was one of those times where, early morning to about 9 at night. And I just had that like, wow. You know, we all have those days at work, like I got beat up. And deep in my heart, I just wanted my wife to be awake, maybe have a cup of coffee, hot tea, and say, hey, honey, how'd your day go? But I really wanted to tell her how my day went. And deep down, I wanted my wife to say, oh, Chip, I love you. Everything's going to be okay, and kind of like we are. And I thought, well, maybe, it's getting a little bit late. But, my son was 17. My youngest at the time was still at home. And I thought, well, he and I like to goof around. I'll at least, connect with him. And I knew my little girl would already be in bed. So I pull in, all right? Now, it's like 9:15. The house is dark. You got to be kidding me. So I'm thinking, oh, my wife is laying there, probably waiting to, Chip, how did your day go, et cetera. Well, I walk in the room, and that rhythmic breathing, like, I realize she's out. So I think, well, 9:15, I got a 17-year-old son. He's going to hang out with me. And I go, and he's in bed. And I'm thinking to myself, what is going on here? How can you be 17 years old and go to bed at 9:15? Maybe he had a hard practice, and I knew my daughter was asleep. And so, I go out there and I sit on my chair, I get a glass of orange juice and some crackers and cheese and put my feet up. And now, I have to tell you, I was unaware, but the emotion was anger. I was mad at my wife for not being up. I was mad at my son for going to bed early. Now, this isn't logical, but this is how life works. I'm actually mad. And, I have cheese, crackers, watch, the end of ESPN. And I go to bed in a little bit of a bad mood. I don't know why. Why wake up? And guess what? I'm still in a bad mood. And my daughter walks out. And, hey, Annie, is your bed made? Dad, I just got up. And then Teresa, I hear her from the kitchen. Honey, what's wrong with you? And said something to my son. And then she goes, hey, what's with you? I said, what do you mean, what's with me? So are you going to be critical? I get on her. This is like the first 5 minutes. What's with you? You tell you what, if you're going to treat me this way, I'm just going to get coffee and go to work. And I walked out, and, I didn't slam the door, but I just let everybody know I'm hacked off. Now think of this. Their world was they got up, I walked down the hall, I'm harsh to one child, harsh to another child, tell my wife, I go out, I sit in my car, and with the car running, okay, now I want you to get, I realize I'm angry. And as I'm sitting there thinking I'm angry, I have just taught what I've been teaching you. Anger is a secondary emotion. What's under the hood? Unmet need. I'm embarrassed to say it, but I just needed my wife last night. Frustration, my expectation. We're buddies, my son and I. We're going to, shoot some hoops, do something. It's only 9:15. So I'm frustrated. And I'm insecure because I feel like all those messages I got, I needed someone to tell me I'm still okay because I took a lot of shots. I sat in my car for 10 minutes with it running in my driveway, and I had a decision, and the decision I had is the one that you make every day. And here's the decision. Am I going to just be angry, stuff it, spew it, or leak it? Or am I going to deal with this issue? And here's what I tell you I did. I actually realized it. I went back in the house, and I said, honey, something? I was angry, and this sounds so crazy, but I felt angry. I did the I feel message. I felt angry because you weren't here. I explained the situation. I apologized. She puts her arm around and says, honey, I understand. Well, maybe tonight, after dinner, let's take a walk and get some good time to talk. My day went from an almost tragedy to restoration and connection because I, A, acknowledged my anger, B, I backtracked to what my emotion was, C, I considered the cause, and then D, I directed the right response. The ABCDs of anger is in our book to help you have the positive experience instead of the negative one. See you next time.